Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla News, episode 308. Yes, the old channel is still hacked. Talking to Google and YouTube is like punching in a pillow. So please subscribe. But Tesla's full self-driving unsupervised is basically solved, as we had a Tesla driving from coast to coast in the US with no humans input. But we also saw a few Cybercabs being tested on public roads. And we got Tesla's delivery numbers, and Tesla Model Y might still be the best-selling car in the world. And BMW continues to shoot themselves in the foot and fight against the inevitable future of the car industry. And Tesla continues to prove the doubters wrong in China. And Tesla shows off their 1,200 kilowatts of charging speed. And Tesla software shows off what real-world AI really means. All of this and much, much more in today's episode. Let's dive right in.
Let's put our living stereo stylus in this groove.
Unsupervised full self-driving is basically solved, as Tesla's cars are driving themselves without humans' input. As David wrote on X, I'm proud to announce that I have successfully completed the world's first US coast-to-coast fully autonomous drive. I left the Tesla diner in Los Angeles 2 days and 20 hours ago and now have ended in Myrtle Beach, 2,732 miles. This was accomplished with Tesla's full self-driving version 14.2 with absolutely zero disengagement of any kind, even for all parking, including at Tesla superchargers. And he also wrote, this is part of a bigger series where I have successfully also set a record today of being the world's first to get to 10,000 Tesla full self-driving miles in a row, as reported by Sawyer. But he is, of course, not stopping here. He has now crossed 11,000 miles, 100% on full self-driving, even including parking and supercharging stalls. That is basically what the average driver does in a year. This car has done on full self-driving supervised. Just very impressive. This is such a good showcase of Tesla's full self-driving software being more capable than any level 4 system on the planet, as Dylan Loomis from Electrified also shared in his post, where he wrote, to everyone that still thinks Waymo is ahead of Tesla. When's the last time a Waymo drove coast to coast by itself? The answer is never, and it won't happen anytime soon. A Tesla just did it with a car that anyone can buy right now. These two are not the same, and 2026 will slam the door on this conversation. You still can't see second place with a telescope. Yes, people still don't get it because Tesla is only level 2, because you have to supervise it, whereas Waymo's is level 4, so it must be more capable, right? Wrong. Tesla software just drove across the country with no human input. Waymo can't do that, not even close, as they have to map the whole 2,732 miles of road, and even then it would only be able to take that exact route that has been mapped, whereas the Tesla can take any route you want. The Tesla system simply knows how to drive anywhere, and Waymo's system only knows how to drive inside its digital map. Extremely big different. And when we then at the same time know all the different in the cost of producing the car, in the time it takes to produce the cars, and the cost of operation and charging and cleaning, and all of that is in favor of Tesla, not Waymo. It becomes extremely obvious how this is going to end. And I agree completely with Dylan here. In 2026, the door will be slammed shut on this conversation, as Tesla will blow past Waymo like there is no tomorrow. And Waymo will has no countermove, as their production is nowhere near Tesla's scale, and their cars can't drive themselves outside the digital rails. This is not full self-driving. And Waymo is nowhere near solving the true general solution of full self-driving. And 2026 will show this very clearly. The only question I see is whether Google is going to want to continue to pour money into this furnace, or will they call it a quit when it becomes obvious for the entire world to see that they cannot compete with Tesla going forward. And Tesla has already solved it, as we have seen demonstrated by David here. That is even just their supervised version of the software, and it will get multiple times better and bigger within the next few months. Waymo will not really move much within the next few months or get any meaningful better software. It is already game over. But some people just don't know it yet. But we also saw a few Cybercabs being tested out on public roads in Austin. And it is just cool to see, because the look of the Cybercab is just so different than anything else. They completely changed the look of our roads. And yes, both had the steering wheel inside of them. But don't forget what Lars from Tesla has already explained to us, that they have to do this for validation only. So it's not like they're going to put a steering wheel in, and it's not going to be unsupervised robotaxis. This is just for validation, and they can't do this test if they don't have a steering wheel. So don't put too much into that. Elon has also clearly said that the Cybercab is made only for robotaxi use and nothing else. So I don't think we will see a Cybercab with a steering wheel and pedals after they are done testing and validating. But cool to see that Tesla is testing them out, and good indication that we are getting closer to see them on the street as soon as Tesla is done testing unsupervised robotaxis with their Model Ys and have dialed that in. Then we will probably start seeing a few Cybercabs driving around testing unsupervised. And by April, Tesla should be ready to mass produce the Cybercab, and that will mark the end of the race of the robotaxis, as no one else has anything like the Cybercab. Not even close. It will beat everyone and everything in cost per mile. No one else will be able to compete. And it really seems like people are waking up to this, and we once again see that Tesla is worth more than the entire automotive industry, or close anyway. It is of course a very volatile stock, but as Elon also wrote, the answer is in my profile picture that shows the Cybercab body part and the words "the future is autonomous." Yes, people are waking up to the fact that Tesla has all the ingredients to make this work. In cost, in scale, in production, no one else has this. And that is why no one else is getting Tesla's valuation. And we got Tesla's delivery numbers, and Tesla's Model Y might just still be the best-selling car in the world. And Elon Musk confirmed Tesla's Model Y is now officially the world's best-selling car for the third year in a row. So that's pretty awkward, as all the Tesla haters has been screaming through 2025 about the collapsing sales and demand problem and brand damage. And then Tesla ends up once again in the third year in a row with the world's best-selling cars. The haters have been busy screaming that nobody wants a Tesla. But in reality, there are more people that want a Model Y than any other vehicle on the planet, as it is also one of the most expensive vehicles in the top 5 in the world. We, of course, do not yet have the official number, so Elon can, of course, be wrong. But no matter what, it doesn't really matter if the Model Y is number 1 or number 2 or number 3. The Model Y is one of the best-selling cars in the world. So even though it is down in sales in 2025 because of the shutdown of the Model Y production line for the refreshed Model Y, it is still one of the best, if not the best, selling car in the world. But Tesla released their Q4 delivery and production numbers, and they produced over 434,000 vehicles and delivered over 418,000 vehicles and deployed 14.2 gigawatt hours of energy storage products, a record for deployment. Of course, also a record annually, where Tesla has deployed 46.7 gigawatt hours of energy, up from just under 32 last year. But Tesla also sold a total of 1,636,000 vehicles in 2025, so they ended up being down about 8.5% compared to last year. So personally, I think this is quite impressive that Tesla shut down all the Model Y production line that stands for about 65% of all their sales and then ramped it back up again, and they are only down about 8% in total. I find that very impressive. And even though they are of course down because of this, the Model Y is still one of the best-selling cars in the world. And Tesla did of course release their first delivery consensus, and if we look at that, Tesla doesn't really expect to grow much more than back to 2024 levels. But with full self-driving supervised becoming extremely good in the US and China and Australia and New Zealand, and we might even get it released in Europe as well, I find that very conservative. Also because they will also have their new, more affordable models ramped up. Because if we look at their production for Q4, we can see that the production is down compared to Q3. And I expect that is because they have to ramp up the new production line for the more affordable models. So I personally think that Tesla has everything set up very nicely for a very good 2026 when it comes to their automotive sales. But we will see how it all goes. But we did, of course, end off with a huge record that we knew was coming in Norway, as Ming reported. Tesla ended 2025 with a massive surge in Norway, delivering almost 13,000 vehicles in Q4 alone, a stunning 119% jump from the previous year. This powerhouse finish drove the full year total to just over 35,000 vehicles, marking an impressive 45% growth over 2024. Not bad, and of course beating all previous records in the country for all automakers ever. Nobody has ever sold this many units in 1 year in Norway. And don't forget, this is a country that is already like a 100% BEVs, so all the competition is not coming, it is already there, and Tesla has destroyed every other automaker in history in Norway. And BMW continues to shoot themselves in the foot and fight against the inevitable future of the car industry. As Alex reported, BMW wanted to get rid of the EU's eyes-out policy and is now worse off than before. US planned climate protection rule for the automotive sector are creating winners and losers. While automakers of small electric cars are set to benefit from subsidies, in the future, German premium brands such as BMW face considerable disadvantage. The EU is planning so-called super credits for vehicles under 4.2 meters in length, which will help achieve climate targets. Volkswagen, with its Skoda and Seat brand, as well as foreign groups such as Renault and Stellantis, Peugeot, Citroën, Opel, Fiat, and so on, would be among the winners under this regulation. BMW's vehicles are usually significantly larger, which is why the new regulation is a disadvantage for the company. The BMW CEO reacted angrily. The regulation on vehicle length seems arbitrary. They don't regulate the housing market based on square footage, after all. In addition, the size disadvantage, BMW and other German premium manufacturers are facing stricter company car rules vehicles that could threaten their business model. In an interview, CEO Oliver Zipse speaks of a worrying plan and fears massive disadvantage for their business model. The EU's planned CO2 regulation stipulate that from 2030 onwards, only electric vehicles will be allowed to be newly registered as commercial company cars and leasing vehicles. For BMW, Mercedes, Audi and Porsche, this means that a significant larger portions of their sales will have to be emission-free in the future. In Germany, around 2/3 of all new vehicles are registered as company cars, and the situation is similar at EU level. This means that BMW and others will have to sell significantly more CO2-free vehicles than they would like, and the reduction from the 100% in 2035 to 90% CO2 emission will do little or nothing to help them continue selling ICE vehicles. Yes, it really does seem like everyone is waking up to the fact that the automakers not making EVs in 2035 will not have a great future, as we could see in this post. European car manufacturers' stock price dropped after the EU weakened its petrol car phase-out rules. Quite remarkable, especially as main European stock grew. Turns out markets don't like flip-flopping and regulatory uncertainty. Who knew? Great analysis from Transport and Environment. Yes, and if they are truly aiming to still sell ICE cars in Europe in 2035, I personally think it's pretty clear they will not be in business at all. And it seems like the market is showing exactly that. If you're fighting the future of the car market, you will not be part of the future car market. And let's squeeze in the last short news topics into this news show. Yes, it's time for the Tesla shorts. Tesla continues to prove the doubters wrong that there has been a demand problem in China for Tesla through all of 2025, as Tesla Chan wrote. Among China's 200 to 300,000 yen electric vehicles, Tesla's Model Y sold the most this year, January to November, so missing the last month. What a surprise. Tesla is still leading the way, while all others are trying to tell us that Tesla sales in China are collapsing and there is no demand for their cars. Well, the facts and reality shows a different picture. And just very impressive to see the Xiaomi and their two vehicles in the top 4 of this list. And 2 years ago, they didn't even have an electric car. Just very, very impressive. And Tesla shared a post with a video demonstrating a Tesla semi-truck reaching a peak charging rate of 1.2 megawatts or 1,200 kilowatts on a mega charger, ramping up from under 200 kilowatts to over 1 megawatt in under 30 seconds, showcasing rapid power delivery for heavy-duty EVs. At 1.2 megawatt, the semi-truck adds about 20 kilowatt-hours per minute to its roughly 850 kilowatt-hour battery, enabling 70% range recovery in just 30 minutes. Key for minimizing fleet downtime per Tesla's specs. So just imagine adding a mega charger to the offload area where you probably spend about 30 minutes offloading the truck. When you're done, your truck is already done charging and filled up and ready to go, so you don't have to spend any time charging your electric truck. One of the benefits of having an electric truck over a diesel truck, where you always have to go to a filling station. But we also got to see Tesla's redesigned semi-truck with Sangler's video that was spotted for the first time ever. And Sawyer reported on it, and as he wrote, it has a Model Y style light bar, more efficient, increased payload capacity, 1.7 kilowatt-hour per mile, 15% improvement versus the old one, and designed for autonomy. Quite a big deal, and 500 miles of range, 1,200 kilowatts of peak charging speed as we just saw, and 800 kilowatt drive power. Side windows doesn't go as far back, silver anti-slip diamond traction strip on the side steps, a lot more under the skin improvements. Volume production starts in the first half of 2026, with customers' deliveries around that time. Can't wait to see this hitting the roads for real in high volume, as this will change the trucking industry forever. And Tesla's manufacturing shared this post and wrote, "Congratulations to Giga Nevada team for producing their 6 millionth drive unit. Nice." And TechAU posted this. During a recent holiday road trip, this 2026 BMW X3 xDrive 30 rental experienced a software issue that caused the wheel to jerk violently back and forward. Turns out that there was a mandatory safety recall for this variant related to the software glitch. It appears this particular vehicle got missed. Yeah, they're not really good at software, but they will all be catching up to Tesla's full self-driving software any day now, right? And Elon shared Neuralink will start high-volume production of brain-computer interface devices and move to a streamlined, almost entirely automated surgical procedure in 2026. Device thread will go through the dura without the need to remove it. This is a big deal. Nice. And he also just posted that I'm confident at this point that restoring full body functionality is possible with Neuralink. Nice. This is going to change so many lives for the better. And a sad road, solar is the fastest growing source of electricity in history. It will become over 50% of all electricity on Earth by 2036, with the battery supply chain future-proofing the solar takeover. As you can read on this chart, it took 8 years for solar to go from 100 terawatts to 1,000 terawatts of power. Then, just 3 years to pass 2,000 terawatt. Yes, things are accelerating and only speeding up. But he also shared this chart of the exponential growth we are seeing that is driving a fundamental energy transformation worldwide, moving faster than most people think. And the embarrassing thing is that down here you can see the International Energy Agency's forecast. Imagine you are making a living of forecasting these things and you are this wrong. This wrong for every single year. For 20 years, you forecast the same way every year, not learning anything from your past very wrong predictions. That's just embarrassing. And Devon wrote, see more and more on this online. Full self-driving version 14 with the free trial is changing the way people think about full self-driving. Well done, Tesla. It's like I've been saying for a long time. The more people that try out full self-driving version 14, the more demand Tesla will get, not just for their software, but also for their cars. It's going to be very exciting to see what will happen in 2026. And Ming also reported big news, big chance that full self-driving will launch in Israel in 2026. Prime Minister Netanyahu officially announced that Elon Musk has accepted an invitation to Israel's Smart Mobility Conference in March following a joint call on Sunday. Joined by Transportation Minister and National AI Director, the group discussed ongoing collaboration with Tesla and advanced autonomous vehicles legislations. Netanyahu emphasized his intention to establish Israel as a global leader in the sector. Yes, countries don't want to be left behind on this technology, so we will see a quick adoption when the first one starts to adopt it. I believe we will also see many European countries adopting the full self-driving supervised in 2026, after we will hopefully see it approved in the Netherlands in February. And another week, another confused Waymo. As No Safe Word reported, a pair of Waymos teamed up to block light rail in downtown San Francisco. But Tesla Chan also shared Waymos do not respond to sirens from police cars or fire trucks, showing a video of a Waymo blocking a fire truck. A very, very bad look for Waymo. And meanwhile, Waymo can't hear the fire truck that is right behind it. Tesla shows off its skills on handling emergency vehicles perfectly, as Billy reported. Full self-driving is insanely good at reacting to emergency vehicles. Anytime a police officer, ambulance, or fire truck is near, full self-driving gives plenty of room to pass, even on intersections shown in this clip. The truck slightly goes over the line on the road out of caution. So good and exactly how a human would behave. And Joseph also shared this post showing what real-world AI looks like. Full self-driving version 14.2.2.2 recognized a semi-truck blocking the stop sign, reversed all the way out and rerouted on its own. Zero intervention required. Absolutely incredible. Now that's real-world AI. Yes, indeed. And Tesla Giga Berlin has found itself in a new labor dispute in Germany, where union IG Metall is pushing for adoption of a collective agreement to boost wages and implement changes, including a 35-hour work week. Giga Berlin manager Andrew Tirrick drew a red line against reducing Giga Berlin's work hours to 35 hours, highlighting that Tesla has actually increased its workers' salary more sustainably than other automakers in the country. The discussion about the 35-hour week is a red line for me. We will not cross it, Tiger said. The election will determine whether we can continue our successful path in the future in an independent, flexible, and unbureaucratic manner. Personally, I cannot imagine that the decision makers in the US will continue to push ahead with a factory expansion if the election result favor IG Metall. Yes, then Tesla will probably just build a new factory somewhere else. If you only want to be working 35 hours a week, you should not be working for a company that wants to change the world. And Elon Musk, the Boring Company, has officially begun limited Las Vegas rides to Harry Reid International Airport. The airport rides are offered between 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. and they cost $12, which includes both tunnel portion and long surface portions, from either Resort World Las Vegas or Westgate to Terminal 1 and Terminal 3. The Boring Company wrote, the ride includes both the tunnel portion and long surface portion, with the latter shifting to subsurface when the 2.25-mile airport connection twin tunnel opens, hopefully in Q1 2026. Now that's going to be very cool to see. And speaking of the Boring Company, we have this guy that writes, everyone is missing what is happening in Las Vegas. Elon Musk is building a legally monopoly underneath the city with tunnels that will only take Tesla's robotaxis and won't allow other kinds of vehicles. Everyone from around America visit Las Vegas for conventions and vacations. When they come home, they're going to take Tesla's robotaxis with them. But Elon replied, the Boring Company would gladly build tunnels for others, but no one else is even trying. Yes, this is the charging network all over again. Nobody wanted to help build it out or pay for it, but when it was built out, only by Tesla themselves, they all wanted a part of it. As Tesla News Today also wrote, this isn't a monopoly debate, it's an execution debate. Tesla isn't blocking others just aren't building. Infrastructure doesn't become exclusive by policy, it becomes exclusive by progress. That's what people are missing. And Sawyer shared, what a sight. $400 million Tesla Megapack energy storage system paired with over $30 billion worth of GPUs when fully built out. The third building, XAI, just bought there, will take total training compute to nearly 2 gigawatt, the most powerful in the world. And yet this system will seem tiny compared to what to come in the future. Yes, indeed. And before we end up with a bit of fun, I just want to make a quick shout out to some of the many supporters that I have got through the last couple of weeks, because my main channel has been hacked and I have not got that up and running just yet. So I can't thank all of you at once, so here's just the next few on the list. My new Patreon producers, Hugo Dom, Queen Neesing, Scott Stephenson, Crow Magnon Cramps, Jeff Adensall, Robert Holt, Andreas Kabelitz, and Emmett Woods. Yes, thank you so much for all your support. I am doing this all by myself, but you guys are the producers of this show. Thank you. And let's end off with a bit of fun. 2025 was the year that we said goodbye to the F-150 Lightning. So let's take a look back at this good old one. Because back in 2021, this oracle predicted the F-150 Lightning is already digging Cybertruck's grave. Anyone thinking otherwise is kidding themselves. But as the Shorts historian wrote, the F-150 dug Cybertruck's grave but accidentally fell in there. Rest in peace, F-150 Lightning. That is all we have time for in this news show. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. It really does help this video out a lot. And as you know, my other big channel with over 100,000 subscribers has been hacked. So please, if you're watching this, please subscribe to this new channel to help it grow fast so we can get this out to more people. And if you're already a subscriber to the channel, thank you so much for the support. But if you want to support the channel even more, remember you can, for as little as $1, become a patron of this channel to get a shout out, add some extra perks like early access, ad-free versions of my videos, exclusive videos. Check out Patreon to find out more. And don't forget to follow me on X. I post pretty much all the news as it comes out and a lot more. And check out the merch store to get some merchandise and support the show. It is also possible to support the show without becoming a member or a patron. There is a donation option down below or on my website BestInTESLA.com. You can also become an executive producer and get news articles, exclusive videos behind the scenes, and access to all my research charts and spreadsheets also on BestInTESLA.com. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.